All right, and we're off. A new car costs 22,000. Maintenance costs are as follows: 400 for the first year, 400 for the first year, 550 in the second year, and 1,100 in the third year. The resale value of a second-hand car is 18,000 after 1 year, 15,000 after 2 years, and 12,500 after 3 years. Anthony buys this new car and wants to use dynamic programming to decide what is the best strategy over the next 6 years. How often should he replace his car over 6 years, and in which years? So you have to sell. You can't keep it for 4 years. At the end of year 3, you have to sell, is basically what they're saying. And assume there's no resale value after 3 years. He must sell after year 1, 2, or 3, and that he will sell whatever car he has. Just a bit of like, see this thing that I have printed for you? You wouldn't be given that, would you? So you have to be thinking under, okay, how many years do I have it? Number of years I have it. So an example would be 0 years. Has 0 years left. Keep for 0 years, sell 0. This is basically a baseline that you've done nothing. Is that right? It's just a baseline 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, we go to 1 year. If you have 1 year, number of years left, 1, because you used it for 1 year. Keep it for 1 year. Sell when 0, so sell at 0. That's interesting. You bought it for 22 grand. Is that okay? Bought it for 22 grand. How much does it cost to keep that car for 1 year? How much on maintenance? 400 euro, yeah? You can resell it. You can resell it for 18 grand, can't you? Now here's what I want you to do. You add the 22,000 to the 400 to get 22,400, and then you take away the 18,000 that you get if you resell it. So how much money did you lose? You lost 4,400. Is that okay? Let's try again. Number of years left, 2. You're going to keep it for 2 years. You're going to sell it. It's sell when 0. Like is it always that? No, just once. I'm still trying to figure out what the sell when is. Well, oh. In 6 years' time, because it's working at the very end. Sell when 0 means sell at the end of 6 years. Well done. That's very good. And then it's 1 year remaining. Gotcha. 22 grand. Maintenance is 950 plus 550. See the way it's 2 years worth? It's the 400 plus the 550. The resale, because you'd be selling it after owning it for 2 years, isn't that right? So you're selling it for 2 years, and then if you sell it for 15,000, how much money do you lose here, guys? 22,000 plus 950, 7,950 grand. Number of years left on your contract, still 2. You're going to keep it for 1. You're going to sell it when there's 1 year left. You're going to sell it for, you bought it for 22,000. You only had it for 1 year because you only kept it for 1 year. Sell when means there's 1 year left, isn't that right? Sell when there's 1 year left. And your resale is 18,000. Why is it 18,000? Can we tell me? Huh? Only had it for a year. And once again, you add the, now this one's interesting. Give me a second with this one. Okay. What's 22,000 plus 400? 22,400, okay. Take away your 18,000. 4,400. But why is it 8,800? Because of the previous year. Okay? Because you sold that car, didn't you? Keep for 1. Numbers left, keep for 1. And keep for 1, sell when 1.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because in the last year, we only keep the car for 1 year.
Yeah, last year we can only keep the car for 1 year. Grant. Now, because you're working backwards. All right. Next one. Year 3. Oh, that would have made sense. Sorry, guys. Sorry, last line again. Year 2, which is 2 years away from selling, right? You have 2 years left. You're going to keep it for 2 years and sell it when there's no time left. Sorry, the lack of 2 confused me. All right. So that means you're going to keep it for 2 years, which means 2 years of maintenance. Selling price of 2 years old, 7,950. Now, the next question is very easy. See the way it's year 2. See that year 2, yeah? Why is it not something here? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're taking it to the finish. So you have 2 years left. You keep it for 1 and sell it for 1. So what's that mean?
Yeah, you sell the year and you buy one for one.
Sorry? So that's what that's saying. Keep for 1 year, sell with 1 year left. Yeah. Thank you. Sell when is time left, yeah? So 22,000 plus 400, 18,000. Now that's 4,400, but then you go back to when you have the car for only 1 year, which is the other 4,400, which gives it 8,800. Man, this is a long day to do this again. Now, 3. You have 3 years left on your clock, yeah? You're going to keep it for all 3 years and sell it at the very end. That means 22,000, 3 years of maintenance, which is, oh, actually, wait a second. That's 1,100, yeah? Lads, you listening to this? That 1,100 is 3 years of maintenance, but it has to add the 5. So there must be 2 years of maintenance in there somewhere as well. So what's 2 years of maintenance? 400 and 550, 950, yeah? 950 plus your 1,100, 2,050. Is that okay? Now, next one. How much are you reselling this one for? How old is it? How old? 3 years old. Okay. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to figure out what number is here. Can anybody tell me what number we think might be here? So price plus maintenance is what? Anybody? 24,050, yeah? Take away your resale. What's that? 11,550. Okay. 11,550. Now the answer isn't always 11,550. Never mind. 11,550. All right. Because you're taking it right to the end, so it's not affected the end. Gotcha. Now, this one here. 2-1. You're keeping it for 2, so that's handy. 22,000 you bought it for. You maintain it for 2 years, which is 950. You sell it when it's 2 years old, which is, what's 2 years old? 15 grand. Okay. Now, so what do we do here? 22,000 plus 15,000 is what, guys? 27,000. Whoa, I'm wrong. It's 22,950, isn't it? It's the two of them added together. Take away 15 grand. What happens when you take away 15 grand? Anybody? What you get for that? 79,950, all right? But I'm short here. Can anybody explain why I'm short? I'm not taking into account the 1 year. That 1 year, that cost me 440, which brings that up to 12,350. I have to see these numbers at the end. These numbers at the end, I have to search up the top. They're the numbers I have to find at the top. Okay? So we go another one. What do we think? It's going to be 2 and 1, isn't it? 1 and 2, I mean. 1 and 2. Buy for 22. How many years of maintenance? 1. Resale value? How much? 18 grand. Okay. And our final number will be 12,350. We're expecting that, aren't we? Because keeping for 2 and selling for 1 should be the same thing as keeping for 1 and then selling after 2. Do you get what I'm saying? They should be the same thing. So we're happy enough with that. Now we're on to 4, year 4. 4 years left. Keep for 3, sell for. Keep for 3, sell for 1, yeah? Huh? Oh, why is it not 0, 4? You're not allowed to keep it for 4 years. See here? Sorry, the recorder's in the way. So you're not allowed 0, 4. Alvin asked why I'm not allowed 4, 0. That's the reason. Now, here we go. 3 years of maintenance is what? I think we already have it, don't we? 3 years of maintenance is 2,050. Resell after 3 years? Anybody? Resell after 3 years? 1,250. And then add them together, take away the, oh, and what did we forget? See the 1? Where do we research that 1 from? The 440, isn't it? So it's the 22,000 plus the 250 plus the 440, take away the 12,500. And that should come out as 15,950. Is that okay? At least I hope it does. Does it? Yeah, it does, yeah. All right, next one. What do you think's next, lads? I just did 3, 1, so what do you think's next? 2, 2. Sell after 2 years of maintenance is 950. Resell after 2 years is 18 grand, or sorry, 15 grand for the 2 years. Sorry, my fault. Now, how do I do this calculation? Who's the most expensive 2? Or sorry, the least expensive 2, is it? The least expensive 2 is 7,950, yeah? So that 2 is 7,950. Add it to the 22,000, add to the 1950, and then take away the 15,000. And you should get an answer of 15,900. Okay. Next one. You have, what's it? You keep it for 1, and then you have 3 years left. Okay. When you keep it for 1, you're spending 1 year on maintenance, which is €400. You're going to get 18 grand because you sell it after 1 year. And then I'm going to have to look up the most expensive, sorry, the least expensive 3. Which one's the least expensive 3? That one there, isn't it? So it's going to be 22,000 plus 11,550 plus my 400 and take away my 18 grand. And what I'm hoping there is that this comes out as 15,950. What's the next number on my list? Anybody tell me? Can there be a 0, 4? No, which must mean I'm on year 5. I'm on year 5 now. Now, what way can I break up year 5? 3, 2, 2, 3. I can break it up as 1, 2. Oh, sorry, 1, 4. Now, and year 6 as well. So, see the 1, 4? That refers to, we're not keeping it for 4. We're just referring to the least expensive 4-year scheme. You get what I'm saying? We'll be locking in on that 15,900. Is that all right? So here we go. All right, 22,000 each time. Every time, isn't it? Okay, how many years maintenance here, guys? 3 years of maintenance. 2,050. Sell after 3 years. 12,500. The most expensive 2, is it? We're looking for the most expensive, oh sorry, the least expensive two. 7,950. So 7,950 plus 22,000 plus 2,050, take away 12,500. 19,500. Okay, go again. Next one. Good God. 2 years of maintenance. Sell after 2 years, 15 grand. What next, guys? Nearly there. Well, least expensive 2 years, which is 7,900 and no, sorry, the least expensive 3 years. Because the 3 is the second number. 11550. So add that to the 22,000 to 950, take away the 15 grand, and you get 19,500. Equally expensive, isn't it? There's the other one. Now, what about the next one, guys? What's the least expensive 4-year deal? The least expensive 4-year deal? 15,900, yeah? And we're going to keep it for 1 year, aren't we? 1 year of maintenance, 18,000 resale, add them together, add that one to that one, to that one, take away that one, and what do we get? Anybody? 20,300. Now, what about the next one, guys? 3 what? We do 3, can't we? 3 years of maintenance, sold after 3 years. The least expensive 3 years is 11,550, right? So 11,550. Add them together and take away that one, and you should get 23,100. That next one is a 2-4. 2 years of maintenance is 950. Resell after 2 years, 15,000. And look for the least expensive 4 years, which is 15,900. Add them together, take away the 15,000, and we get 23,850. Finally, 1 year left. Sorry, we do a 1-5. Keep it for 1 year, 5 years remaining. Keep it for 1 year, you're talking €400 maintenance. You're talking a resale value of 18,000. And then finally, we're just done. You add them together. You're looking for the least expensive 5-year deal, which is 19,500. Add them together, take away the 18,000, and you get 23,900. Oh God, guys, that's awful.